All right, what's going on, big dogs? Welcome back. So today we're going to be going over the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I haven't done a game review in a little bit, and this is one that I wasn't even expecting to come out. Obviously, this was kind of a shadow drop, and I have been eagerly waiting for like the Doom Dark Ages and things like that to come out in order to like do reviews, because those are just games that I have on my radar right now. Like I can't afford every game that comes out, which is why I don't do a ton of game reviews, but they seem to do well on the channel. You guys seem to appreciate them, so I figured I'd give my opinion as a longtime Elder Scrolls fan. Like, I have hundreds of hours in ESO, I have thousands of hours in Skyrim, the original Oblivion, Morrowind. I even went back and played like Arena and Daggerfall a while back, probably about a year ago now, 2 years ago. But I've went back and played them all. I love all the games. They all are unique and beautiful in their own way. But what they did with the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion can only be stated as a fucking masterpiece. This game is absolutely freaking amazing. I love everything about it. As a long time Elder Scrolls fan, like Oblivion was my first, the original Oblivion was like my first take, was my first like experience with the Elder Scrolls games back in the day when I was probably like 10, 11 when I finally got to play that game. And I immediately fell in love with it back in the day. And then obviously Skyrim dropped, and that became my favorite one. I have thousands of hours in that game, like 45 to 5,000 hours in Skyrim. It's 4,500 to 5,000 hours in Skyrim is it's nothing to scoff at. I love that game. It's one of my favorites, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So like I said, this game was kind of shadow dropped on us. Like, we didn't know that Bethesda was in the works doing this even. I mean, there was hints about it, but I kind of thought that people were talking about the Sky Oblivion thing, I guess. Like, when I saw rumors that like a new Oblivion's coming out, I was thinking people were talking about this massive fan community made mod for Skyrim that is remaking Oblivion in Skyrim, which there's a little bit of controversy to that, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But that was the rumblings I thought I was hearing. But then I hopped on YouTube on Tuesday, and all of a sudden there was a trailer for the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. They actually did it. And I was hesitant. I'll be really honest. I was very hesitant to even consider buying it. I let it kind of draw out for a couple days, even though Oblivion's one of my favorite games of all time. Like, we all know how game studios have done on remasters in recent years. And, again, Bethesda, for as much as I love you guys, you tend to milk a product a little bit too much. I mean, look at Skyrim. You guys seem to re-release that game every year with some new edition or some new, like, variant of the game, and it gets really old really quick. As much as I love that game, I'm not buying 40 copies of Skyrim. I'm just not doing it. And I kind of thought that might be the path they're going down with this one. So I gave it a couple days, and then all of a sudden the reviews started rolling in. People weren't, people just couldn't stop talking about this game. It was blowing up on Twitch. Like, it seemed to be doing really well. And I avoided watching reviews. I avoided like reading reviews as much as I could, like the spoiler ones. Like, there are certain websites obviously that aren't spoiler free and things like that. But I hopped on Steam, and it was already at a an overwhelmingly positive when I initially looked at it, and I was like, wow, okay, so this is actually maybe really good. Like, I was again hesitant, but I said, you know what, I'll buy it. This can make for a good video. This would be a great game to stream when I'm not like playing games with my friends. Like, that would be great if this game is actually really good. And I was expecting them to kind of just have retextured a little bit. I was not expecting what I got. I really was not. You launch the game and you get the new Bethesda logo and all that jazz, and then all of a sudden the music kicks in and you get to see the new graphics like immediately. You get to see all the effort that they have put into this game, all the hard work like that was put into this game, and it is gorgeous. And then you start the game, and the new voice acting or the remastered voice acting in some instances, and it's just so freaking good. You start like you do back in the original. Obviously, like, they didn't change the story obviously or anything like that, but the game is just so goddamn good. From the character creation, which Bethesda's always been great at character creation, but I'll throw some images up on screen and stuff of like just some of the wild things you can do in character creation. You can make the most perfect 1-to-1 ratio of yourself in the game if you really want to do that. You can make like celebrities. Like, I've seen people making like celebrity lookalikes in the game. And then obviously you have just the crazy, ugliest contraption people you can possibly make in the game. And some people love to play that way. And it's just amazing. what they did with the character creation. It's absolutely beautiful in every way. No matter how you want to make your character, it is just great that you're able to do that. Not a lot of games do that anymore. They kind of make you play as like a normal looking person or as a normal looking whatever race you're trying to play as. And Oblivion says fuck that and throws that out the window, and you're able to make the ugliest creature on the face of the planet, and you're able to go and save the world, dude. Like, it's fantastic. The character creation is next to none. And then the graphics, man. They put a lot of time into the graphics, and I gotta say, they put a lot of time into the optimization. The game runs extremely well. It runs smooth. It feels good. I have an AMD card, and I believe it's compatible with that, like the FXR and stuff like that. I could be wrong. I'm not a super big tech nerd, but um, I think that's what it's meant for. I think that's what the FXR is for, but I could be wrong. Let me know. But the game looks great. It runs great. It feels smooth, and just the little things, man. Like, they left in all the old glitches where you could like max out your character in a few hours if you wanted to. They left in console commands. They left in whatever you wanted to do in the original one on PC, you can do with this one, right? All the cool stuff that was involved with the original Oblivion and even with Skyrim, where you're able to mod the hell out of it and you're able to tweak files and you're able to do all this stuff to the game because it's a single player game. Like, who really cares? But as we know, in recent years, a lot of companies don't like you doing that. They don't like you modding it. They don't like you digging into game files, things like that. And so God bless Bethesda for allowing the community to like have reign at the game, because again, it's not hurting anybody. You're not in a multiplayer game. You're not like fucking up matches or ruining people's experience. You're creating your own. So there's that. But the amount of effort, man, that they put into making this a good game, you can feel it throughout the entire experience, man. Like, I'm using early game footage. Like, I think my character's level 20 at this point, but I'm using early game footage for this because I want to keep it spoiler free. I'm not going to talk about the story or anything like that because, really, like I was just saying, the game itself is the original game with tweaked graphics, a few extra minor tweaks to like minor things in the game that don't exactly affect the entire experience. But back in the day, these certain things were like irritating. They weren't fun to deal with. And they've tweaked those processes and made it so that they are fun to deal with, or that they're at least less irritating at the very least. And it's beautiful. Like, when you think of a remaster of a game, this is the game you should think about. Like, I genuinely think they have set the standard with this on how to remaster games because it's perfect. It really is. It is a fantastic, like, beautiful remaster. I can't say enough good about it. I really can't. I've kind of just been mumbling on for 8 minutes here at this point, but it is fantastic. If you have not played it, if you've been itching to play it, save up the $50. I recommend getting the deluxe edition because you're going to play the fuck out of this game. You're going to play the ever living hell out of this game if you buy it. I promise you that. So absolutely would recommend. 10 out of 10, man. 10 out of 10. This is a fantastic game. Now, I am going to get into some things that I don't like real quick. Like, there's not a lot. There's really only one thing, and that is it appears to be an AMD card issue only, but my game does crash after about 2-3 hours. It'll crash, and I'll have to reset my PC. I've been trying a few other things, so I'm going to see if they work later today, but hopefully they do, because I love this game. Like, I love this game so much that I've been putting up with that in order to continue playing it. So restarting my PC every 3 to 4 hours, like, it's annoying as hell, but I love the game that much. I really do. But that's really the only issue I've had with the game. Like, I haven't ran into any game breaking glitches. I haven't ran into any like immersive breaking glitches that are like, they fuck up a storyline, they fuck up a quest line. You're unable to complete quests, things like that, whatever it may be. I have not ran into any of those things, so they seem to have patched out all of them, at least from my experience, which is fantastic. Again, awesome remake. But the other thing I wanted to talk about too, just kind of quick, and this kind of, it irritates me. It does. Like, this is one thing I don't like about the game, and not so much about the game, I should say, about Bethesda. So, as we all know, Skyblivion, which is a fan-made mod for Skyrim to remake the entire game of Oblivion using Skyrim graphics, right? That was the entire idea behind Sky Oblivion, and these people got the green light from Bethesda to do so, but the only drawback was they weren't allowed to use any assets. So these guys have been slaving away for years, remaking assets, remaking models, remaking the world basically from the ground up using the Skyrim engine. And they've been doing it for years. And not that long ago, they announced that the mod was basically ready to go. They should have it done. It should be out this year sometime. And I was really excited about that. I was excited to play Oblivion, you know, remastered basically. And then this dropped. And as much as I love this game, I really do. Bethesda, again, I cannot say how well they just knocked this out of the park, man. They knocked this out of the park. I can't stress how good they did on this, but it feels like a scummy move to have given these fans the right to remake this game. And then it seems like Todd Howard was like, you know what? That's actually a good idea. But he has millions of dollars and hundreds of employees who can just hop on this project immediately. Now, obviously, they could have just released a crappy remaster and not taken their time and tried to just milk money. But they clearly didn't do that. They clearly took their time, took effort, you know, made sure that this game was not only as fun and feels as good as the original, but also like adds certain aspects to it to make it feel more modern and to fix some of the issues that were with Oblivion. And, you know, like there was broken story quest lines and things like that. There were graphical issues and random bugs and things like that that made the game almost unplayable at times. And, you know, that just is how old Bethesda games were. Like Skyrim had a lot of the same issues, but they really, really did a good job. Again, I just had to nitpick the whole, I think they just undercut these fans basically. Like, I think they saw that a lot of people were very hyped up to play this Sky Oblivion and to download this mod, and it was getting a lot of feedback, like a lot of positive feedback. And I think Bethesda kind of saw it, like they saw dollar signs, and man, I'm just happy they did it justice at the very least. It's a little scummy is all I'm going to say. That's just how I feel about it. It seems a little scummy, but they knocked it out of the park. They knocked it out of the park. If you guys, again, haven't played this, absolutely go pick it up. You're going to play for hundreds of hours. You're going to love the hell out of this game. Go get it. Save up the money. Whatever you got to do. Beg your mother. Beg your grandmother. I don't know. Ask a homeless dude. Do something, but play this fucking game. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. If you did enjoy, remember, please leave a like, comment, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I get all this footage over on my Twitch, so be sure to stop over there. I'm live almost every single day, playing a variety of games right now, obviously. Playing a lot of Oblivion, but I play also Marvel Rivals, League of Legends from time to time. Schedule 1 has been a popular one. Helldivers 2, all sorts of games. I play all sorts of things. Minecraft has been another big recent one recently, so I'm streaming games all the time over there. So if you want to get to know me a little more, if you want to just come chat, like I said, I'm live almost every day on Twitch, so come check that out. Link along with all the rest of my social medias will be in the description, so go check all those out. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video. And until the next video, guys, Godspeed.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body in Harvard above me.